Hello children. Once again I am back with another part of chapter 3 Adaptations in Animals. Do you remember what I have taught in previous session? In previous session we have studied about different types of animals, their habitats and adaptations in animals on the basis of their habitats. So, we know animals eat different types of food. Some eats plants, some eats other animals, and some eats both plant and animals. So, have you observed any animal eating its food? How do animals eat their food? Do all of them eat in the same way? This we are going to study in this session, that is adaptations in animals for feeding. As we know, all living things need food. Food gives them energy to grow and stay healthy. There is a variety of food that animals eat. Different kinds of animals eat different types of food. Their teeth, mouth parts and limbs are adapted to the kind of food they eat. So, based on their food habits, animals can be divided into 4 groups. What are they? First one herbivore, second one carnivore, third one omnivore and fourth one parasites. So these are the 4 groups of animals that are based on their food habits. So what are herbivores? Herbivores means plant eating animals. Animals that eat only plants. Carnivores, flesh eating animals. Means they eat the flesh or meat of other animals. Omnivores, animals that eat both plants and other animals. Animals that eat both plants and animals. Fourth one, parasite. What are parasite? Animals which live on or inside the body of other animals and feed on them. So let us first take up the adaptations in herbivores. So as we know, what are herbivores? Herbivores are animals that eat only plants and plant materials. So they are called herbivores. They may eat leaves, fruits, roots and even tree bark. So animals like cow, goat, sheep, horse, giraffe, elephant, all these animals fall in this group. So let us take the adaptations shown by these animals. Herbivores have adaptations to break, graze, chew and digest plant materials. So their teeth are designed to cut grass. Herbivores have well-developed teeth called incisors, which help them to bite and pull the leaves from the plants. They need to chew a lot in order to break down the plant materials into very small pieces. For this reason, they have strong, broad back teeth to grind their food. So, their back teeth are called grinding teeth, which help them to grind their food. So they have long and strong legs to travel long distances in search of food, and their legs also help them to run away from their enemies. The long neck of giraffe and the trunk of the elephant help them to break and eat leaves from tree. So these were the adaptive features of herbivores. Now we come to the next group of animals, that is carnivores. Animals that live on the meat and flesh of other animals are called carnivores. Lions, tigers, leopard, fox, etc. are animals that fall in this group. Carnivores are also called predators. What are predators? Animals that hunt are called predators, and one that get hunted is called prey. For example, a tiger hunts a deer. That means a tiger is a predator and deer will be a prey. So carnivores are called predators because they hunt for their food. So let us take up that what all adaptations they show. First of all, carnivores have pointed, sharp, long and curved teeth to tear the flesh of their prey. They have pointed, sharp, long and curved teeth to tear the flesh of their prey. So these sharp pointed teeth at the front are called canines. So they can tear the flesh of other animals with the help of their canines. If we talk about their grinding teeth, so they have strong and flat grinding teeth at the back to chew the flesh and bones. As they have to chew flesh and bones, so they have strong grinding teeth. Some carnivores such as lion, tiger, etc. they have very strong legs. They have very strong legs to run fast, to catch their prey and tear its flesh. If we talk about carnivorous bird, so some birds like eagle and owl are carnivores. They have sharp claws to catch their prey and strong pointed beak to tear the flesh. So eagles have very strong and good pair of eyes. Eagles have very strong and good pair of eyes. These help them to sight their prey far from up in the sky. If we talk about vulture and hyena, so they are also carnivores, but they do not hunt for their prey. They feed on dead animals. So they are called scavengers. So what are scavengers? Animals that feed on dead animals are called scavengers. So scavengers play an important role in the environment by eating the dead remains of other animals. So thus they help to keep the surrounding clean. So that was all about carnivores. After carnivores, let us move on to the next group of animals, that is omnivore. So what are omnivores? Omnivores can eat both plant materials and meat. Omnivores can eat both plant materials and meat, so they can get their food more easily than other animals. So because they eat a variety of food. So dog, bear, crow, cat, monkey and humans are some examples of omnivores. So let us see the adaptations shown by these animals. Omnivores are adapted to eat and digest both animals and plant food. So they have combination of tearing and grinding teeth. They have sharp teeth like carnivores to tear the flesh and flat teeth like herbivores to grind the food. Let us move on to the last group of animals according to their food habits, and that is parasite. So what are parasites? Parasites are animals that depend on their food requirement on other animals. So animals that live on or inside the body of other animals to obtain food are called parasites. animals that live on or inside the body of other living organisms to obtain food are called parasites. So, animals from which parasites get their food are called hosts. Mosquitoes, tapeworm, roundworm, leech are some examples of parasites. How parasites obtain their food? Do they have teeth like other animals? No. Parasites do not have teeth because they do not chew the food. They eat liquid food. So, they have long, hollow, tube-like mouth parts. To suck in their food from the body of their host animal. As we use a straw to suck cold drink, parasites have suckers or sucking tubes to suck in their food from the body of their host. If we talk about tapeworm and roundworm, so they are parasites. They live in the body of humans and other animals and eat their food. If we talk about lice, ticks, fleas, so they suck blood from animals' body. So they stick to the bodies of other animals like dog, cows, etc. And they start sucking the blood from these animals. So here lice, ticks and fleas, they are parasites. Whereas cows and dogs, they are hosts. What about mosquitoes? We all know mosquito is the most common parasite. They can be seen all around us. What they do? They suck our blood. So, mosquito is the parasite which sits on the human body and suck in blood using its long, hollow, tube-like mouth parts. So, these were the adaptive features of different groups of animals based on their food habits. Animals also have enemies. So, how animals adapt to protect themselves from enemies? Let us understand the adaptations in animals for protection. A major struggle of animals is for food. Many of the animals are the food for the other animals. Mostly, the carnivores or omnivores hunt herbivores for their requirement of food. So, animals have developed certain adaptations for protecting themselves from their enemies. So, let us look at and understand some of the special adaptive features of animals for their protection against their enemies. Some animals are of large size. So, huge size of some animals are enough to scare away from their enemies. Whales, giraffe, elephant, etc. They are of huge size. So, their huge size protects them from other animals. If we talk about fishes, so many big fishes eat small fishes. So, small fishes move in groups and their groups look like a large fish. And this gives protection to all of them from big fishes. Fast movement of some animals give protection to them. Animals like deer, zebra, they have very strong legs and are able to run away very fast and protect them from their enemies. So, these animals, due to their great speed, run away from their enemies. Let us understand a different kind of protection in some animals, that is called camouflage. So, what is camouflage? Camouflage is a phenomena in which an animal's body color merges or blends with its surrounding. So this makes it very difficult for the enemy to spot. So let us understand this term by different examples. Zebra and tigers, they have stripes on their body which help them mix with surroundings. In this way, they cannot be spotted easily. What about polar bear? We know that polar bear have white fur which help it to merge in snow and hide in it. If we talk about chameleon, so chameleon can change the color of its skin to match its surroundings. So this not only protects the chameleon but also helps it to catch insects without being noticed. What about stick insect? A stick insect looks like a twig, and when it sits on a twig, it cannot be spotted easily. If we talk about grasshoppers, so grasshoppers are green in color. So they are difficult to be noticed when they are on green leaves. Let us talk about hard shell animals. Animals like snail, turtle, crab, etc. They have hard shells to protect their soft bodies. So what happens? They simply pull their legs and head inside their shell to protect themselves from danger. Some animals like porcupines have sharp spines to protect themselves from predators. So porcupines have basically pointed quills. They have pointed quills to protect themselves from enemies and act as armor around their body. So this is a wonderful way of protection of different animals from their enemies. So children, with this we come to the end of this topic, that is adaptations in animals. So I hope you understood what I have explained. You have learned all about the different categories in which animals are divided according to their food habits and also adaptations in animals for protection. So now there is a homework for you. What is that? Question number 1, define. You have to define these terms. First one, camouflage. Second one, parasites. And third one, host. Question number 2, give reasons. Give reason why. First one, herbivores have sharp flat front teeth. Question number 2, carnivores have long and sharp canines. So children, do this homework in your rough copy. So children, I conclude this session. You read the chapter, learn all exercises and question answers. So take care. Thank you.